Welcome to the show, Tara. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I'd like to ask you some questions about your experience becoming a vampire and what life has been like for you since that night. To start, can you take us back to the moment it all began, when you first realized you were being followed, and how that terrifying chase through the city led to that encounter in the square? The moment he took your hand and everything changed.
You want the truth, not the romantic version, not the story people tell to make it sound beautiful. You want what it actually felt like. He hunted me, not metaphorically, not poetically. I mean, he chased me through the city like I was already something he owned. I remember the sound first, footsteps that didn't match anyone else's rhythm, too steady, too close. Every time I turned a corner, I thought I'd lost him, and every time I slowed down, there he was again, not rushing, never rushing. That's what I hate the most. He knew I couldn't escape. He was enjoying it. I ran past people, past lights, past everything that should have made me safe, and none of it mattered. It was like the whole city just stepped aside for him, like I didn't belong to that world anymore, even before he touched me. And then I reached the square, wide open, nowhere left to hide. I stopped because I had to, because there was nowhere else to go. And that's when he appeared in front of me. Just there, like he'd always been standing there waiting, calm, perfectly calm, not a drop of effort on him, not even breathing hard. He didn't grab me violently. That would have been easier to hate. He reached for my hand slowly, like he was asking, and I couldn't pull away. That's the part that eats at me. My body didn't listen to me anymore. My hand went into his like it belonged there, like I was stepping into something that had already been decided. And then he pulled me closer, and the music started. There was no band, no speakers, but I could hear it, feel it, like it was inside my chest, replacing my heartbeat, and we danced in the middle of the square under lights that suddenly felt too dim, while the whole world just blurred around us. He moved like he had all the time in the world, like eternity wasn't enough for him. And I followed, not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't stop. Step after step, turn after turn, my fear just twisting into something else, something colder, and I hated him for it, because part of me felt pulled in, like the dance was rewriting me with every second. Then suddenly, the city was gone. We were at the castle, and I don't remember the journey. One second I was spinning in that square, the next I was inside stone walls, cold and silent, like the place had been waiting for me too, and we kept dancing. Longer this time, slower, like he was stretching the moment, like he wanted me to understand exactly what I was losing. I remember looking at him and realizing he wasn't forcing me anymore. I was already caught. Eventually the music faded, and so did whatever strength I had left. I felt heavy, exhausted in a way that didn't make sense. He led me to a bed like it was the most natural thing in the world, like this was always how it was supposed to end. And I slept, not normal sleep, not rest. It felt like sinking, like being buried under something invisible, something final. And when I woke up, it wasn't morning, it was night. Of course it was night. The room felt wrong. My body felt wrong. Everything was sharper, louder, colder, like the world had changed shape while I was gone. I could hear things I shouldn't hear, feel things I shouldn't feel, and the silence inside me, where my heartbeat used to be. That's when I knew. He didn't just chase me. He didn't just catch me. He erased me. I didn't become a vampire because I chose it, or because I was weak, or because of some tragic romance. I became a vampire because he decided I would be, and I have to live with that every single night.
Now that you've told us how it all began, I want to understand what came after. What has life actually been like for you since that night? How has becoming a vampire changed the way you experience the world, your relationships, and even yourself?
What has it been like? It's not what people think. It's not power and elegance and endless freedom. That's the lie. That's the version that gets told because it sounds beautiful. The truth is, it's distance from everything. The first thing that changed was the way I experienced the world. It didn't feel like I became something new. It felt like the world became something else entirely, and I was the only one who noticed. Everything sharpened. Sound, light, movement. It all became overwhelming at first. I could hear conversations through walls, footsteps from streets away, the rhythm of people's hearts, and that's the worst part. You don't just hear life, you feel it pulsing everywhere around you, constantly reminding you of what you're not anymore. Night became my only reality. The day isn't just something I avoid, it's something that feels hostile, like it's pushing me out of existence. So I live in fragments now, hours stitched together in darkness. And when the city sleeps, I'm awake, watching, listening, existing in a space that doesn't belong to anyone else. And people feel different too. I can't look at them the same way. I want to, I try to, but there's always something underneath it now, this awareness. Every person I see is fragile, temporary. And there's a part of me, one I hate, that doesn't just notice that it's drawn to it. It changes how you stand next to someone, how you talk to them, even how you care about them. Relationships, they don't survive this. Not really. You can pretend for a while. You can tell yourself you're still the same person, that you can hold on to the people you love, but time moves differently for you now. They change. They age. They move forward. And you stay exactly where you are, and watching it happen from the outside. Eventually you become something they don't recognize, or worse, something they're afraid of. So you pull away. Not because you don't care, but because caring becomes unbearable. Every connection starts to feel like something you're going to lose, and after a while you stop letting yourself build anything real at all. And then there's me. That's the part no one talks about. You don't just lose your life, you lose your sense of who you are. I used to feel things clearly. Joy, fear, excitement, even sadness had weight to it. Now everything feels muted except for the moments when it doesn't. And those moments are intense, overwhelming in ways that don't feel human anymore. There are times I feel nothing at all. Just stillness. Like I'm watching myself exist instead of actually living. And then there are moments where something breaks through anger, hunger, memory, and it's so strong it almost feels like it's tearing me apart from the inside. I don't trust my own instincts anymore. I don't trust what I feel or why I feel it. And that changes how you see yourself. You stop thinking of yourself as a person. You start thinking of yourself as something else. Something that's trying to remember what being human felt like, but getting further away from it every night. That's the hardest part. Not the darkness, not the hunger, not even the loneliness. It's the slow realization that the person I used to be isn't coming back. And I don't know if I'm holding on to her or if I'm just afraid of what happens when I finally let her go.
Well, thank you, Tara, for being on the show and telling the viewers about your heartbreaking experience. I hope we can all take a moment to reflect on our lives and the people around us. Tara, I hope you will be okay. Please come back if there are any new developments.
Thank you for having me. It was really nice to get all of this off my chest. I'll definitely come back and let you know any updates. Bye for now.
Don't want a quiet life. Don't want a quiet life. Don't want a quiet life. Want a riot for my life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want a quiet life. I want a riot life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think I am ready for something exciting and heavy. I'm ready for something out of the blue. I'm ready for something new and cool. I wanna go full speed. I hope you know what I mean. I don't want things clean. I really want it weird and wacky. Maybe even tacky, maybe even